Hello, this is Don O'Malley from Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thank you again for tuning in. Today we have chapters 11 through 13 of Smilin Jack. Now, make sure you stick around to after the serial. We're going to have 2 Hop-Along Cassidy shows for you. So on to the last few chapters of Smilin Jack, and thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you.
Any further word from the police regarding the abduction of Ma Ling?
Nothing. A thinly veiled reprimand from Washington arrived a few minutes ago.
Sharp notes from Britain and China protest abduction of Ma Ling. Claim his secret route between China and India will seriously affect their war strategy. Ma Ling must be found.
Pretty pointed.
And unfortunately justified. Oh, I should have set aside everything until I'd signed the treaty and obtained the Mandon secret.
I'll phone Captain Martin's hotel again. They may have some news. Get me the Hotel Hilo, please.
It has happened as I predicted. Molly is dead.
You mustn't say such things, Rutan.
Molly is dead. The initiates of my faith are trained to see much with the mind's eye.
Hello? All I know is Captain Martin trailed Ma Ling's abductor to an old derelict schooner off Fisherman's Docks. My brother and Captain Wing have gone there with the police.
Help me get Jack out where we can take care of him. This one's dead.
That door, they got away clean.
Jack.
Is he hurt much? I don't think so, but the other one's dead.
What other one?
An elderly Chinese in there.
An elderly Chinese?
Yes. Ma Ling. They got him. The black samurai.
Oh, all right. Thanks. I wonder what all this recording apparatus is for.
To the police. Play this record, then thank the Black Samurai for doing your job for you.
For a moment, I thought my old eyes deceived me.
That's Ma Ling's voice.
My conjecture is correct. I am face to face with Fräulein von Teufel. And I thought you were my friend.
Surprised to find the Fräulein's a man, huh?
But Jack, that sounds like your voice.
Of all my friends, I think I would have suspected you last.
people, Marling. Now I've got your secret, and after I get rid of you, I'm selling it to the nation, paying the most for it, whether the black samurai likes it or not. Thanks, Marling, and so long.
One of those voices was yours, wasn't it?
Sounded like mine, all right, but it's not. Must be some kind of a trick.
It's a trick, all right, but you just weren't smart enough. You're under arrest, Martin, on 2 counts, murder and treason against the government of the United States.
You're not going anywhere, Martin.
What do you put those lights out for?
Because I don't believe Jack's guilty.
Neither do I.
Thanks, I'm not. It was Blanca who killed Marling.
I heard your confession on that record, in your own voice.
Probably was my voice, but those weren't my words. They tricked him over mine somehow. The recording equipment is still here.
That could be the straight of it. If we could find Blanker, he's probably got the original records.
Possibly, but not probably. Come on, Martin. Bring along those records, Joe.
Come on.
Seem to be the way here. Come on, Joe.
I think we're safe now.
That hideout of yours was a stroke of genius, Flesher.
Dankeschön, Fräulein.
The next thing is to get out of here with the records and the papers. Go up on deck and make sure they're gone.
It's no longer safe for me to remain in Honolulu. I must leave immediately.
Why you any more than the rest of us?
You were not seen. Mountain knows that I abducted Marling, later killed him.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. It was your bungling that brought the police down on us.
I only obeyed your orders, Fräulein.
I did not order you to be seen abducting Marling. I ordered you to shoot Captain Martin, not Marling.
Marling deliberately took the shot to save Martin.
I am not interested in why you failed. You know the Black Samurai's penalty for failure.
No, I don't admit that I failed. Because of what I did, the Chinese will never get the Mandon secret. I'm no longer safe here. Give me some money so I can leave.
There may be something in what you say. Perhaps it would be best if you left. But I haven't enough money with me here. I'll send it to your Crest Road home.
My home? I don't dare return there to the police.
It was not the police who trailed you there, it was Martin. And I imagine he is too busy to bother with you.
I made inquiries at the dock. Martin left in a police car. The others borrowed the car and went to the police station.
Good. I will cash a check and send you the money. Destroy those records.
So, I wonder why Fräulein lied to you. She had plenty money in handbag. I see same.
So did I. Wait a minute. I want to figure this out.
Blanca is a badly frightened man, and frightened men are dangerous.
He can't do anything.
If the police question him, he may try to clear himself at our expense.
He's in too deep for that.
But perhaps I'd better go back and...
Forget Blinker. I can handle him. Drive me back to the hotel. I'll send him away tomorrow.
I've got to make sure she doesn't double-cross me. Give me those records.
Fräulein say smash records. Disobey, not wise. So sorry.
So am I.
From your brother.
No, and I can't imagine why. Even bad news would be better than this uncertainty.
We must learn to control our emotions. Marling is dead. We have only to wait for official notification.
Lieutenant, if you don't stop talking like that, Hello? Oh, yes, Jack. No, Tommy isn't here.
Well, if he or Wing come in, tell him I've gone to hand pose on the off chance of picking up Blanker's trail. What? Oh, I'm in sort of a jam, but they'll tell you all about it. But right now, I've got to find Blanker. Yeah, bye.
I had an awful time getting an open wire. Has anything happened while I've been gone? Not a thing so far as we know.
Much has happened. Marling has been killed.
What? Ma Ling dead?
We've had no such news, but Rutan keeps insisting that... Hello? Tommy. Well, it's about time you called. I've been frantic. What's happened? What? Oh, it can't be it. I won't have to tell Rutan. Somehow he's known it all along.
No. You need not tell me. I know.
I don't see how anyone could do it. He was so gentle and so kind.
We must not feel sorrow for Ma Ling. That would displease him. Let us instead grieve for ourselves. For we have lost a friend who can never be replaced. You will understand if I ask to be excused.
I couldn't tell him the whole story.
Why not?
Because Jack has been accused of murder.
That's ridiculous. There must be some mistake, Jane.
I hope so. But Tommy says the police have proof. He says Jack was arrested and escaped. Every officer in Honolulu is after him. He says I should stay by the phone in case Jack phones again.
You'd better go to bed. I'll stand by the phone.
I'm all right, Trudy, really.
Nothing of this sort. You're half sick from the strain now. I'll take over.
I guess I am about ready to fold up.
Of course you are. Now roll along. Hello? This is Miss Miller. Who's speaking, please?
Shimoto here, Fräulein. Oh, so sorry. I having to report not destroy phonograph record. Herr Blanker attacked me and escaped with same. No, not knowing what he'd do with them.
He will need more than phonograph records to protect himself. Do you know whether he went to his Crest Road place? Thanks. Crest 4565.
Hello? Yes, Fräulein, this is Blanca.
Shimoto just called. He told me you had taken the records from him. That means you are going to blackmail me, I suppose.
Blackmail is an ugly word, Fräulein. I took the records so you wouldn't let the police get me for fear of what they'd find out.
Well, bring them here tonight, and I will give you the money you need. Also bring the jewelry I ordered. It will explain your being here if anything goes wrong.
I'll be there just as soon as I finish packing.
police car Martin stole.
He went around the back.
You haven't brought the records with you.
They're safely hidden. I'll tell you where after you give me the money I need.
You will tell me before I give you the money.
Delay is dangerous. If the police get me, they will also get the records. And I'm sure you would not like that.
You seem to hold all the aces. Now, tell me where you have hidden them.
In the safest possible place, the check room.
A very clever hiding place. Have you brought the claim check with you?
Certainly.
And the jewelry?
Of course.
You will not need any money, Blanker.
Sorry you did that, Trudy. I wanted to question him.
Stay where you are with your hands up.
What happened, Trudy?
I've just shot the man who abducted Ma Ling and caught the one who killed him.
Well, I don't think you really believe I'm guilty, do you, Trudy?
The police say they have proof.
If I can search that man, I think I can prove they're wrong.
Don't try to come in.
Sorry, Trudy, I've got to search him.
Yes? The police. Yes? What? Oh, it doesn't make sense.
Why, what's happened?
Where is he now? Oh, it certainly is bad news. Keep me advised. It's worse than anything we imagined. Ma Ling is dead, and the police say Martin killed him.
Why, that's nonsense. After having saved his life a dozen times.
Oh, Martin says a man named Blanker did it. But the police found a phonograph record of Martin's conversation with Ma Ling just before he shot him, including the gunshot. The police arrested Martin, but he escaped in a police car and is trying to capture Blanker with the police right behind him.
You haven't brought the records with you.
They're safely hidden. I'll tell you where after you give me the money I need.
You will tell me before I give you the money.
Delay is dangerous. If the police get me, they will also get the records. And I'm sure you would not like that.
You seem to hold all the aces. Now, tell me where you have hidden them.
In the safest possible place, the check room.
A very clever hiding place.
Certainly.
Have you brought the claim check with you? And the jewelry?
Of course.
You will not need any money, Blanker.
Sorry you did that, Trudy. I wanted to question him.
Stay where you are with your hands up.
What happened to...
I just shot the man who abducted Ma Ling and caught the one who killed him.
Well, I don't think you really believe I'm guilty, do you, Trudy?
The police say they have proof.
If I can search that man, I think I can prove they're wrong.
Don't try to come in.
Sorry, Trudy, I've got to search him. You're not a very good shot, Trudy. And you forget that I know how to count. You fired 3 shots at Blanker and 2 at me. The gun's empty. I don't blame you for what you did, Trudy, if you're firmly convinced I'm guilty of murder and treason.
I don't want to believe it, Jack. But we all love Ma Ling, and I can't take a chance with treason.
By the way, how did Blanker happen to come here?
He brought some jewelry I ordered. Janet knows.
That's right, Jack.
It's a shame you had to shoot the man that killed Ma Ling. He can't talk now, and he was one of the black samurai.
He threatened me. So I pretended to get money from my purse where I had a gun. And I shot him before he killed me.
This what he brought you?
Yes.
Does this mean anything?
It's a check room ticket. Be a perfect place to leave any incriminating evidence. It's 100 to 1 it won't help me, but anything's worth trying.
Police, open up!
Look, don't let them in until I'm well on my way.
The door's locked and the key's gone.
I'll open one of the other doors. Open up! Well, I guess we'll have to break it in.
In this way.
Martin do this?
No, I didn't.
I heard Martin talking when we arrived. Where is he?
He left when he heard you hammering.
We're stuck. He took our car and the keys to this one.
Suppose you tell me who this is and why you killed him.
His name is Blanker. He came to collect for some jewelry. He said he was leaving the islands tonight. I suspected he was wanted by you, so I hesitated. He threatened me.
Doesn't look so good for Jack.
There must be some way we could help him.
Yes?
Jack!
Well, you sure that's wise? We will if you want us to. Well, let's hope so. Goodbye. He says he wants us to bring the police to the boat where Ma Ling was murdered. He thinks he can prove he's innocent.
How?
He didn't say, but he seemed pretty sure.
Coming along, Trudy?
I don't think I'd better. He might not want me.
Oh, Trudy, you must forget what happened last night.
Jack would really be offended if he knew how you feel.
All right, I'll get my things.
This is the box that Blanker left at the check room. I opened it in front of the attendant so that I could verify its contents.
If these papers are on the level, it'll run the black samurai out of Honolulu. But what about these phonograph records?
These, I hope, will prove my innocence. Listen to this.
For a moment, I thought my old eyes deceived me. If my conjecture is correct, I am face to face with Fräulein von Teufel. And I thought you were my friend.
Surprised to find the Fräulein as a man, huh?
Of all my friends, I think I would have suspected you last. I am truly sorry, Captain
comes from trusting people, Marling. Now I've got your secret, and after I get rid of you, I'm selling it to the nation, paying the most for it, whether the Black Samurai likes it or not. Thanks, Marling, and so long.
Meantime, listen to what I really said to Marlene.
Return to Mandon. Pass through the village.
Wait! You mustn't tell me. Anybody in that next room could overhear every word we speak. If you give it to me, I'll be dead by the morning, and the Mandon secret will be in Tokyo. Let me go back to the Losan and tell him you sent me to get the secret.
That will be best. But I must tell you one last thing. Fräulein von Teufel. She is...
Yes?
Well, that proves Jack didn't shoot him.
Of course I didn't. As a matter of fact, the bullet that killed him was meant for me.
Well, I admit it looks a little brighter for you, but what I want to know is how they got that other record of you, telling him you were going to let him have it.
You were here last night. Did you notice this?
Yes, but I didn't know what it was.
Well, it's an elaboration on American invention. With it, you can use the record of any man's voice and reproduce that voice speaking with any words you care to substitute. Here, let me show you. Now, when I turn on this record, say anything you want to say, but don't speak out loud. Just mouth the words.
Now that I have the Mandon secret, Marling, you are no more use to me, so I'll put you out of the way.
That's enough. I'm sold.
Does that mean Jack's free?
Well, not exactly. He'll have to demonstrate this to the chief. Of course, that's a mere formality.
You know how glad we all are, don't you?
You better be.
I hope I'm forgiven for last night. I'm leaving for Chungking tomorrow, and I'd hate to part bad friends.
Leaving for Chungking without witnessing the signing of the Mandon Treaty?
How can you have it signed now that Marling is dead?
Well, Wu Tan automatically becomes his successor. Well, you've got to stay, Trudy.
Well, naturally, if the pact is to be signed. While you people go to police headquarters, I've got to get this part of the story on the wire.
Vincent.
Martin has murdered Marling.
We can use that to convince the Mandonese it is we who are their real friends.
Of course. Have an agent fly the news to Mandon and demand the release of their Japanese prisoners.
Shall I have him bring out their prisoners?
No. Have him stay there with them. They can act as our agents. And by the way, another thing. Tell him to take along a portable shortwave set so we can keep in touch with them. By accession to this seal, through the death of my friend and master, Marling, I am empowered to sign for Mandon.
We are now prepared to receive the secret of Mandon. Yes?
The cablegram has just been delivered for Captain Wing.
Bring it in.
Thank you. If you'll permit me?
Certainly.
This concerns us all. It's from General Kai Ling. Mandon has heard the story of Marling's death at Captain Martin's hands. They repudiate their treaty and order Wu Tan to return and show cause why they should not give the secret route to the Japanese.
But Martin has been exonerated. I'll cable Mandon.
Mandon is an isolated province. There is no telegraph. The quickest means of communication is by plane.
Well, I guess that leaves it squarely up to me. I'll have to fly you back to Mandon and prove my innocence in your courts.
Isn't that risky? How can you be sure that you can convince them?
Same way I convinced the police here. I have the original record at my hotel.
When the Losan hears it, he will know the truth.
And with the testimony of the rest of your party, that ought to be conclusive.
Unfortunately, I've been ordered back to Chongqing by General Kai Ling.
I'm sorry, but my boss has ordered me back, too. He says I've taken too long on this story as it is.
I think Tommy and I can verify Jack's story.
Nothing doing, Janet. No use of you two risking your neck because I have to.
But Jack...
Sorry, Tommy, I got into this alone. That's the way I'll get out of it. You and Janet better go back to Chongqing with Wing. How soon can you arrange a plane for me?
You're practically on your way to Mandon now.
Message from Honolulu. 2 days late by the date.
Days late. Where would our Fräulein's plans be now if I had not ordered our envoy to take a radio with him when he flew into Mandon? Contact Kushimi in Mandon, quickly.
TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. Come in, Mandon.
Mandon answering TBS. Go ahead, TBS.
Kageyama speaking. Martin is flying to Mandon with treaty signed by United Nations. He may prove to Lausanne he did not kill Ma Ling. Have our envoy intercept him in plane and make sure he does not reach Mandon.
It shall be done at... One moment, please. A plane is circling to land. It may be Martin's.
Maybe, you fool, it must be. Go to the Lausanne at once. If he believes Martin's story, kill him. Japan cannot have the Mandon secret. That will stop China from getting it.
We must act quickly.
It is good to be home once more.
That may be good for you, but if this record doesn't convince the Lausanne, it won't be so good for me.
The Lausanne will be convinced. I have heard the record.
I welcome the coming of the new governor to his people.
I am grateful, Your Holiness. But I did not expect to find you with the enemies of Mandon.
And I did not expect to find you with the murderer of Ma Ling.
He did not kill Ma Ling. He came here to stand trial in our court, to prove the Japanese bore false witness against him.
He has come to deceive you, as he did Ma Ling and Bhutan.
When I feel your opinion is of value, I shall ask for it. Did he bring proof?
Conclusive proof, Your Highness.
The Black Samurai killed Ma Ling and manufactured evidence to throw the blame on me. But there was a record made that tells the true story.
A record?
The Occidentals have a device for catching and holding sound forever.
On this are recorded the last words of Ma Ling as he died in my arms.
If my conjecture is correct, I am face to face with Fräulein von Teufel.
This isn't the record. The Japanese must have stolen it and replaced it with this.
It was Ma Ling speaking. Let me hear the rest of it.
But this is a record manufactured to prove Captain Martin guilty.
It was the record he brought as proof. Let him submit it.
Continue.
Surprised to find the Fräulein's a man, huh?
Of all my friends, I think I would have suspected you last. I am truly sorry, Captain Martin.
That's what comes from trusting people, Ma Ling. Now I've got your secret. And after I get rid of you, I'm selling it to the nation, paying the most for it, whether the Black Samurai likes it or not. Thanks, Ma Ling, and so long.
Does Your Highness require further proof?
After what I have heard, do you still deny your guilt?
I certainly do.
When a man protests his innocence, Mandon law cannot punish him. But he must undergo the Mandon ordeal. If he comes through alive, he is free, for he has proved his innocence.
Is there any chance of my coming through alive?
For one who is not of our faith, the chances are very remote.
And if I refuse to submit, the penalty is death. All right. I'll submit to your ordeal under one condition, and that is if I don't survive, you will give the Mandon secret to China.
Your Highness, would the murderer of Ma Ling make such a request?
It seems improbable.
A clever man, however guilty, might make such a request, knowing it would suggest his innocence.
I cannot forget the record. You must undergo the ordeal without reservation. I shall hold you responsible for the prisoner until tomorrow.
Just what is the ordeal?
There will be plenty of time to explain that to you before tomorrow.
You need not go through our test ordeal if you will confess your guilt.
I did not kill Ma Ling.
I find myself praying this test will prove your words are true.
Thanks.
You can halt at any point by admitting your guilt. Time to confess. There's not much time left to confess.
There's more time than I need. I did not kill Ma Ling.
Have you heard from Jack?
Confounded no. I've just come from Wing. All we know is that Jack and Wu-Tan arrived safely in Mandon.
I wish we'd gone with him instead of coming back here to Chungking.
So do I. Let's Wing now. Hello? Oh. It's Trudy. No. Yes. Well, Wing will call me the moment he gets Jack's report. Well, when will we be seeing you? I was stuck at the office, eh?
Yes, I'm still at the office. I'll see you as soon as I can get away. Well, that's a comfort. They haven't been able to get Mandon either.
If you had sent a cablegram to me soon...
That message was 2 days late because of a little matter of a war, which I'm not running. Nothing yet.
TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. TBS calling Mandon. Come in, Mandon.
Mandon answering. TBS. Go ahead, please.
This is Fräulein von Teufel. Why doesn't somebody stay by that radio? Report on Captain Martin.
Oh, very sorry. Very happy. Lausanne believe Captain Martin murdered governor. He made Captain Martin take test by fire. If Captain Martin pass test, Lausanne believe him no do. Kushimi ready to stop same. Free.
There's not much time left to confess.
There's more time than I need. I did not kill Ma Ling.
Son. Even Japanese cannot defy the ancient Mandon god of kindness. Before you leave, friend of Mandon, come to me, and I shall tell the Mandon secret to you.
Thank you, Your Eminence, for China and her allies.
In Mandon, the guilty must also walk across the fire, to burn away their sins before they are executed.
Wu-Tan, stop. I want to thank you for teaching me how to walk across the fire and for stopping Kushimi.
I was only an instrument in preventing murder. Thank the God of justice, not me. As for the ordeal by fire, we have found that the guilty cannot meet the accusing gaze of the Lausanne. They drop their eyes. When they see the fire, they feel it burn, break the rhythm of their steps, and so are lost, as these are sure to be.
Wait a minute, Wu-Tan. Kushimi's an agent for Fräulein von Teufel. What do you say I take him to his quarters and question him? All right, Kushimi, let's go.
Well, it really looks as if Captain Martin has been taken care of this time.
Jack Martin, calling Fräulein von Teufel. Are you there, Fräulein?
Captain Martin has won another round. Tell him so, Hito.
Congratulations, Captain Martin.
Kageyama, du bist wunderlich. Find out what Captain Martin wants.
Are you all listening, Captain Martin? Fräulein von Teufel will not speak to you, but she's here.
Good. All right, Kushimi. You saw that pit of fire out there, and you know you can't walk through it as I did. Now, you're going to die, but you won't have to go through that fire. If you tell me the real name of Fräulein von Teufel.
Who is she?
How about my friends here, please?
Well, they won't have to either. That is, if Wu-Tan can arrange it.
In this case, yes.
All right, Kushimi, what do you say?
Very well. I do not fear torture or death for the Emperor. But Fräulein von Teufel is not Japanese, not black samurai. Her name is...
Stop! Kushimi! Kushimi, what's her name? Tell me the Fräulein's name. What's her name?
We not know Fräulein, and the traitor is dead.
Well, that's that. Now there's only one thing to do, and that's take the Mandon secret straight to Chongqing.
All right, Fräulein. We both win.
Why did you let Fräulein von Teufel know what you intend to do?
I didn't. Even if the Fräulein does intercept me before I get to Chongqing, she won't find the Mandon secret on me.
I am doing what no Mandonese before me has ever done, Captain Martin. I am drawing a chart of the secret route from India to China. A road which has always existed. Only 2 Mandonese at any one time have ever known it. Now I alone know it. And I tell it solely because I am convinced it will save China.
And China's allies as well, Your Eminence. For should China fall, it's possible the world of 4 freedoms should also fall. Jack Martin calling GHQ. Jack Martin calling GHQ. Come in, please.
Jack Martin calling Chongqing. Come in, please.
GHQ answering Jack Martin. Come in, please.
Jack Martin on bearings for rendezvous with escort.
American Volunteer Group planes left Chongqing on schedule. Should be on bearings.
The Flying Tigers? Boy, what an escort. Hey, here they come now. Tell General Kai Ling I'll be seeing him for sure now.
Are words necessary, Captain Martin?
No, sir. And here it is. It's in invisible ink.
You are taking no chances, Captain Martin.
Not if I could help it, sir. Not with the Black Samurai wanting that chart.
There are reasons why you should know about this. I will send Captain Wing for you later. And now, will you excuse me? Get me the office of General Staff, please. Hello? General Kai Ling speaking. Summon the staff. I am able to explain the Mandon route to India at last.
All aboard that's going aboard. I'll see you later when I come back for Jack.
I've got to get this story on the wire. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay, pile in, everybody.
Again, Fräulein von Teufel has failed. Already Chongqing knows that Captain Martin has delivered the Mandon secret to General Kai Ling.
It also knows that Martin arrived safely because your Jap planes were afraid to attack his AVG escort. But you don't know that General Kai Ling intends to tell the secret to Captain Martin. And I intend to make the captain tell it to me. Have you heard from Air Force Control yet?
Yes, good news. Many more planes have arrived. They are to strike in 1 hour and 1/2. The AVG will be destroyed.
Order them to bomb our headquarters here.
Our headquarters? But why?
The less you know, the more chance I have to succeed. Hito, come with me. Are you sure about the time set for the bombing? What I'm going to do depends on it.
The time is set, Fräulein. In 1 hour and 1/2, these buildings will be rubbish. TBS calling Air Force Control. TBS calling Air Force Control. Come in, please.
Air Force Control answering. TBS. Come in, please.
Kageyama speaking. Bomb TBS. Location marked on your maps. Start raid 1 hour from now instead of 1 hour and 1/2. Come in, please.
We'll have to check about time change. Wait, please. Air Force Control agrees. raid on Chungking starts in 1 hour exactly.
Do you understand, Hito?
Oh, yes, Priest.
Good. But be sure about the camera. And hurry. We can only strike while Captain Martin is with General Kai Ling.
There is no ink on this paper. I have tried every method to develop it.
Yes, I know, sir. It's only a blank piece of paper. You see, I told you the chart was on it so that the others present would think I'd given you the secret.
A very wise precaution. May I have the chart now, please?
I haven't got it, sir. I was only acting as a decoy to mislead the Black Samurai.
Then who is bringing the real chart?
Only you and I know this, sir. Wu-Tan is bringing the chart. And he's coming by the regular caravan route.
You should have been Chinese, Captain Martin. Excuse me. Yes? Oh, yes. For you, Captain Martin.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, hello, Trudy. What? Oh, what happened?
It's no good talking about it over the phone, Jack. You've got to come here. And please, hurry.
All right. All right, I'll be right there. Something's happened to Miss Miller, sir. She sounds hysterical. I'd better go to her.
By all means.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I thought you'd never get here. The Black Samurais abducted Janet, Wing, and Tommy.
Abducted them? You must have made a mistake. Have you searched the house?
Oh, it's no use searching, Jack. That picture on the table tells the whole story. They must have left it so we'd know.
You don't seem surprised.
I'm not. I suspected you from the time you killed that woman on the Clipper and tried to make it look like suicide.
If you're so clever, then you must know that I tried twice to kill you.
I did.
Then why didn't you have me arrested?
What I knew and what I could prove were two different things. Now I have enough proof.
You will never have a chance to use it.
Perhaps not. Now will you tell me why you abducted my friends?
To trade them to you for the Mandon secret?
Well, I made a mistake in not protecting them better. But you've also made a mistake. Now, why don't you put that gun down? You don't dare shoot. You'd lose your only chance to get the secret. Put that gun down. Now, for your information, I don't know the Mandon's secret. I've never had the chart, and the paper I gave General Kai Ling was a fake. Now, move over toward that phone. I'm going to call the police to take care of you, and soldiers to search for Tommy and Janet and Wing.
Put down that telephone. Drop that gun. Now move back from same, Captain Martin.
Knowing me, you should have remembered that I am usually prepared for emergencies. Now we will visit your friends. Whether you reach them alive depends on whether you try to get help from the soldiers on the street. And so it is unfortunate for me that you know so little about the Mandon secret. And it is even more unfortunate for you that you know so much about me. They will have to stay here a little while.
About 1/2 hour, please?
Yes. The regular guards, you've sent them away?
Yes. You order same. I keep watch upstairs.
Well, you can thank me for this.
Oh, nonsense. It was Trudy's fault.
Yes, but if Martin hasn't got the secret, at least he knows who does have it.
So do I. There is only one person he and the Lausanne would trust.
Wu-Tan.
Certainly. And that means Wu-Tan is bringing it by the caravan route.
Very interesting, but how about those people in there?
Why do you think I ordered our planes to bomb this place?
I just wish to be very sure, so that an ambush of Wu-Tan cannot fail.
It won't.
Swell place to be caught in a bomb raid.
about half hour early. Why, priest?
I don't know. We'd better be going.
Wait.
Didn't you order them to bomb this place?
Yes, but I advanced to 0 hour after making sure it would catch you here. Victims of air raids are commonplace, and the Black Samurai does not need your services any longer, Fräulein. Get that rope and tie her to the post. Germany to erect a gravestone to your memory, with an iron cross embedded in it.
Thank you, my friend.
But why, priest? Because you and I, Hito, are going to ambush Wu Ten on the caravan route. And you and I are going to take the secret away from him. And you and I...
Slight correction, please.
I take secret.
Win promotion.
Japs are so polite, so honorable.
Oh, yes. Cannot be otherwise. We Japanese learn from Germans.
Trifle. Devil. Oh, wait a minute. Don't go in there. Fräulein and those two Japs are a pretty sight. Here's a way that gives us a chance.
Well, there it is, and so simple. Once you know the entrance to Mandon Road, you could never mistake it.
And a very practical route, too. It can be destroyed for defense if necessary, and will make a magnificent highway.
China will make it so.
I'll say. I'm very proud I had a part in it. Well, I guess now I can go look up a U.S. recruiting station.
That will not be necessary, Captain Martin. I have your United States commission here.
My commission? But I don't understand, sir.
You are to go to Mandon. Captain Wing and Captain Thompson go as your aides.
But I still don't understand.
At my request, you have been put in charge of the new route to India for the United Nations.
United Nations, United Friends.
I wish I'd thought of that, old boy.
Can I join up for the duration, too?
Janet, where we go, you go.
Thank you, Jack. General Kailing, as long as I'm going along, too, could I get a peek at that map?
A large force is on its way to protect construction. I am sorry, Miss Thompson, but until it arrives, the entrance to Mandon Road must remain a military secret.
Slam the drums, here he comes. Hop along, Cassidy, here he comes.
Voices?
Yes, the spirits talk to me all the time. Baxter, daughter of Tom.
How do you do? Howdy.
Poor thing, her father killed himself right here in this house.
My father did not commit suicide. You know he was murdered.
I'm only saying what the coroner said. Oh, we're wasting time talking about it. I'll go get Mr. Putler. Oh, here they are.
You must be California Carlson.
My name's Potter.
I'm glad to know you, Mr. Potter, but I am Hopalong Cassidy. This is California.
Oh, how do you do?
Howdy, Mr. Potter.
This is Lucky Jenkins.
How do you do?
We're friends of California's.
I told the two strangers you'd let them stay. However, we are not prepared for them.
We can take care of them all, Matilda.
Thank you, Mr. Potter. I don't mean to intrude, but you see, I've always sort of looked out for California.
That's quite all right, Mr. Cassidy. There's no secrets. After you've cleaned up a bit, we'll have dinner. Then for the formality of the will. Matilda, show the gentleman to the master's bedroom.
Yes, Mr. Potter. The master's bedroom.
Well, see you later.
Right.
I'll bring our things.
Right.
Now, ain't that comfortable and restful?
Looks more like a zoo to me.
Oh, Mr. Hiram was a great hunter and a good shot.
Is that so?
Ain't that a wonderful bed?
Oh, it sure is. Is it the bed?
Yeah, both your cousins died in it.
Don't worry, there ain't nothing to be afraid of. I don't think.
Well, I hope you'll enjoy your stay with us.
Oh, I'm sure we will, especially Mr. Carlson.
Good.
Best meal I ever tasted.
Beats the stew and beans you cook.
You should try California's cooking sometime.
Yes, of course. Can we read the will now?
Just like all the rest, aren't you? Can't wait to see what you'll get.
If you'll all go in the library, we'll proceed as soon as the others arrive.
Have that repaired. No place a man would be allowed to get in this condition.
Put that on your list.
Sure will.
Hello, Potter.
Hello, Phineas. This is another cousin, a beneficiary in the will, Mr. Phineas Phipps.
Glad to know all of you, I'm sure. Well, let's get on with it, Potter. I'm in a hurry. My time is worth money.
Now, just a minute, Phineas. All right, Joshua.
Just another one of your nice relatives, California.
Oh, you can't blame him too much. You can pick your friends, but not your relatives.
Well, Potter, shall we start?
Right away. Phineas, this is your cousin, Ralph Baxter.
How do you do?
We missed you at dinner, Ralph.
I've had more important things on my mind.
Come along, Ralph. Follow me.
Nice room.
Come in.
Good-looking fella. My cousin Hiram?
Yes. There was a picture of Tom hanging next to him, but it's broken, and Matilda removed it.
She took it down because she hated my father.
You're mistaken, Ruth. The frame was broken. I saw it myself.
Oh, what's a broken picture got to do with this? I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, let's get on with the will.
Very well. I, Hiram Baxter, being of sound mind and body, and not acting under duress.
Oh, Dad blast it all, Potter. Do we have to sit here and listen to you read pages of that tommy rot, which we don't understand anyway?
This is the legal procedure. However, if it's agreeable to all parties concerned, I can say it in my own words.
Why, certainly. Go on.
Sure.
Actually, this document is very simple. When Tom Baxter, Ruth's father, died, he stipulated that his brother Hiram be appointed executor of the estate. The income from the property was given to 7 people. Ruth Baxter, Ralph Baxter, California Carlson, Matilda Haggett, Joshua Coulter, Phineas Phipps, and Hiram. When Hiram died, the estate was to be equally divided among the remaining 6 people. If one of them dies, his or her share shall be divided among the other 5, 4, 3, 2, and so on.
I might have known there would be some trick about this.
There's no trick, Phineas.
Well, suppose we all live a spell longer. Then what do we get?
Yes.
I'm afraid not much. The herd's dwindled to nothing, and we've had several dry seasons.
But what about the land? That should be worth something.
The land is practically worthless. And on top of that, there's a loan at the bank must be paid off.
I see. In other words, there isn't much left for anybody.
I could manage to raise something for the beneficiaries if they will all agree to sell.
Sell? If the land has no value, who's going to buy it?
A man I'm acquainted with could use it at his price.
Well, if it's worth something to a friend of yours, it certainly should be worth something to these people.
That is for them to decide, Mr. Cassidy.
Then why don't we find out what they want to do?
Matilda, will you sell your share?
Why, yes, if you think it's best, Mr. Potter.
Oh, sure, sell.
There's nothing else to do. I'll sell.
And I won't sell.
And I won't sell. Maybe something can be done with this place.
Mr. Lawyer, I've given this a lot of thought. And I...
Won't sell.
I won't? Well, that's it. My, advisor says we won't sell. So I won't sell.
Well, Mr. Potter, everyone has expressed their opinion.
And they're showing very poor judgment.
Mr. Potter, the place seems to have lost a lot of money. My father had account ledgers. I know he did.
If he did, I never saw them, Miss Baxter. And I'll remind you that I'm handling the affairs of this estate as per prescribed in the will. What's so amusing, Mr. Cassidy?
Oh, I was just thinking about how funny this is.
Funny? Well, it's not funny to me. Nobody but a crooked, crazy old skinflint like Hiram could have thought of a will like that.
There's nothing unusual about the document?
No, except that it might be a great temptation for them to try to kill each other. These 6 people could be cut down to, we'll say, 3, 2, or even 1. Lucky, take care of him. Anybody around?
Ralph has found someone.
He has.
What are you doing here, Matt? I come to see you, and Ralph here accuses me of trying to kill him.
Did you?
Huh? Of course not. I was just showing him that my gun ain't been fired.
It hasn't. This man a friend of yours?
His name is Matt Ogden. He runs a saloon in town. But he'd have no reason to harm anyone here.
You said you came here to see Mr. Potter.
Yes. From time to time, I handle little odd jobs for him, like serving papers, you know.
Hmm. Have you any papers for him to serve tonight?
No, not tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow about that Higgins matter. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Sure, Mr. Potter. You coming into town tomorrow, Ralph?
Yeah, I'll be there. You can depend on it.
Good. Well, good night.
Good night. We better get back in the house. What about Phineas?
Can't help him now, Hop.
What do you mean?
He's dead.
Well, you shouldn't have moved the body.
We didn't move it.
He was right here when I went outside.
Well, this is incredible, Mr. Cassidy. I don't understand it.
I better send Joshua into town to get the
That
sheriff.
won't do any good now. Well, don't look so surprised. You can't prove there's been a murder without the corpus delicti.
You're right.
What is this corpus business?
It means you had to have a dead body to prove someone's been killed.
The voices said this would happen.
Stop that insane talk, Matilda.
Maybe it's not so insane, Mr. Potter. You remember what I said about the 6 relatives? Phineas is number 1.
Oh, my gosh. Give me a high number.
Now what happened?
I just sat down on the bed and flop, it fell apart.
Well, that's something else you can have fixed.
Hoppy, let's get out of this place. Looks like I ain't gonna get much out of it anyway.
Maybe we ought to head back for the bar 20, Hop.
We're staying right here.
And those kinfolks of mine, they don't seem so much.
I'll agree with you about the kinfolks. I got a hunch this place is worth more than you think.
What do you mean, Hoppy?
Oh, they're all watching each other, arguing and talking about double-crossing.
Yeah, and there ain't so much to fight over.
Well, if the place is worthless, what are they arguing about?
The ranch can't be worth much. Even the account books are gone.
Well, I'm going to look into that in the morning.
What might this read?
What's the matter? Lost your glasses?
Don't tell me you got something else for us to read.
All right, bring it over here. We'll read it.
Oh, I can read it myself later.
It was an excited Ruth Baxter who had left the house early in the morning. I had a worried feeling about her safety. I decided to follow the girl. Miss Baxter. Ruth. It's Cassidy. Answer me. Are you all right?
Yes, help me.
I'll be right there. Can you get that rope around your waist?
I can make it.
You all set?
I think so.
All right, now put your feet against the side of the wall when I start to pull you. There you are. You sure you're not hurt?
No, I'm not.
That's good. I should have warned you last night. I was afraid something like this would happen.
Do you mean somebody deliberately dug this trap to kill me?
I certainly do.
Just wait till I get back and talk to Matilda.
Oh, I wouldn't say anything to her if I were you.
But she was the one that told me to come here. She must have known what would happen to me.
I'm not sure that she did. But don't take any chances from now on. Somebody's out to make you number 2 on that list of relatives.
I'm afraid so. Hoppy, will you help me?
I'll do anything I can for you. After talking things over with Ruth on the way home, I decided it was about time I did some investigating on my own. So, placing California and Lucky as lookouts,
What do you want?
Where's Mr. Cassidy?
Why?
There's something I want to tell him.
Why, he'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, I'll wait for him.
I'll go see if I can get him for you.
Thanks.
what happened to him?
Somebody shot him.
Ralph! Can't do anything more for him.
Who killed him?
I don't know, ma'am.
You did. You didn't like him.
What was he doing in your room?
He was looking for Hoppy. He said he had something he wanted to tell him.
What was it?
He wouldn't tell me. I went looking for Hoppy and heard a shot and came back in here and found him like that.
These windows and doors are all closed. I can't understand it.
I tell you, Hoppy, somebody fired a shot in this room.
I'll say somebody fired a shot in this room. You did. One shell is discharged.
Sure, I took a shot at a rabbit just before dinner.
He killed him. He killed him. I know he did.
This looks bad for you, Lucky.
I'll vouch for him, Potter.
I can't take your word, Mr. Cassidy. I'm going to turn him over to the sheriff. This time we have the corpus delicti and the murderer.
Don't move, anybody.
Give me that gun, Lucky.
Sorry, Hoppy, these people are trying to frame me.
You better let the sheriff straighten this out.
He'll straighten out the kinks of a rope.
Oh, no, I won't. I'm leaving this room and nobody's going to stop me.
I heard the voices last night.
Yeah, I know. Don't bother me.
I have a mind to get out of this place. And how are we going to prove that Lucky didn't do the killing, huh? And him running away, and that makes it look worse.
Yeah, I know it does, but will you stop blabbing? I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Where was that chair? Around this way. There. Ralph was sitting here.
That cousin Hiram of mine, he was kind of funny, too.
Oh, I hate to talk about your relatives, but I think he was crooked.
Oh, think nothing of it. He was just a shirt-tailed relative.
figure it out.
Oh, quit worrying about it and figure this out for me. I still ain't found my glasses.
You and your glasses.
What'd you say, Hoppy?
It's just an old shopping list of Matilda's.
Yeah, I thought it was something about onions and potatoes.
Yeah.
Would you mind telling me what's going on?
Not now. Where did you see Potter last?
In the library.
Get down and see if he's still there. If he is, tell him I want to talk to him in the master's bedroom.
What you want with him?
Never mind. When you're sure he's in the room with me, you go out in the patio and see that nobody leaves the house.
Well,
hurry up. Come on.
You want to see me?
Yes, I think we should have a little talk. Come in. Sit down. In California's interest, I've done some investigating. I've uncovered some things that need explaining.
For instance?
You've been embezzling money from this estate.
You can't prove that.
What about the books in the cabinet downstairs?
I can satisfactorily explain any entry you've seen.
And what about the oil well you're drilling and not letting the heirs in on it?
All of this won't save your friend from hanging for the murder of Ralph Baxter.
I think it will. Ralph apparently found out something and came to this room to tell me about it. That's why he was killed.
Now, you're crazy, Cassidy.
And the same person that killed Ralph killed Phineas and set a trap for Ruth. Now, either you did it or you had an accomplice.
I'm no murderer.
Stay where you are. Sit down. What's the matter? Is that chair uncomfortable, Mr. Potter?
I know. It's just that...
Then talk and talk fast.
All right, all right. I admit the embezzlement, but as I told you before, I'm no murderer.
Then who's your accomplice?
So, you would have killed me upstairs.
Ruth. Ruth!
Poppy, who done the shoot? Uh-oh. Oh.
Matilda! Matilda!
Get it up. Call the sheriff.
Let's get her up first.
Let's get her up.
In the chair. Get a glass of water.
You get it.
There's your mice again.
Who is it, Hoppy?
It's your deceased cousin, Hiram Baxter.
Glad to know you. Hiram?
Now I know my father was murdered.
He murdered a lot of people, Ruth.
Hoppy, I found the missing Boxhole herd in the West Basin.
Never mind about that. I have the prisoner. Where's Mr. Potter?
Potter's dead.
Hiram Baxter. I thought he was dead.
Well, he was supposed to be, but he's very much alive.
Yes, but I don't see...
I'll give you all the evidence you need to prove that this man murdered Ralph Baxter, Phineas Phipps, and probably his brother Tom. A couple of minutes ago in this passageway, he killed Potter.
So he could get the ranch.
Exactly. All right, Sheriff. I'll exchange prisoners with you.
On his way, down the moonlit trail to where cowboys race. Hop along, Cassidy. Here he comes, here he comes. There's the trumpets, there's the drums, here he comes. Hop along, Cassidy, here he comes.
We were returning to the Bar 20 when night forced us to stop at the line rider's shack.
Come on, California, get that fried chicken ready.
I'll get stew.
Hey, Hoppy, what's that horse doing here?
Well, I don't know. What did you get on the doorknob?
Now what did it do?
It's all sticky. I wish you'd learn to keep your grease in the frying pan. Yeah, we're about out of matches here, California.
Oh, I get lots from here, Hoppy.
Well, that's blood. Well, somebody's been here all right, and not long ago either.
He must have ducked out when he heard us.
What do you suppose he's scared of?
I don't know, and I ain't interested.
Looks like he was wounded pretty bad.
California, you better get a fire started and get some hot water ready.
Sure. Hoppy, Lucky, I better go.
I'll go around the back. You look over here.
Where'd I go, Hoppy?
I'll go with Lucky.
Stop or I'll shoot.
Put your gun away. Lucky couldn't understand why the girl had fallen. He had merely fired a warning shot into the air. What's this? Now I can use that hot water I asked you for, and some clean bandages. I'll get them, Hook. Give me a hand with it.
I wonder who she is.
How would I know?
She's looking at me.
Hello there.
Her eyes are blue.
Who are you?
Well, maybe I should introduce ourselves. I'm Hopalong Cassidy of the Bar 20. This is Lucky Jenkins, and he's California Carlson. What did you say your name was?
I really must be going.
Oh, no, you mustn't. Mustn't take a chance with this wound. California, get some supper ready.
Sure. Miss, would you care for some...
Just get the stew and beans ready.
That's all we got.
Where are you going, Hoppy?
I'm going out to do a little investigating on my own.
I'll get my hat.
You're not going. You stay here and look after her. You don't mind, do you?
No.
I want you both to guard the shack. We don't want anything more to happen to her. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Hoppy, you ain't going into the...
Yeah, Devil's Playground.
It's almost midnight.
I figured that whoever had wounded the girl might be hiding nearby, and the Devil's Playground seemed the likeliest place to begin the search.
Hello there. Where's the trail out of here, anyhow? Who's that up there? Well, that's just me.
What's the idea of sneaking down on us?
You got me wrong, mister. I wasn't sneaking down on you. I was trying to find my way out of this place.
Where have you been?
Someone hollered, boss. I go to see. Maybe it was you.
I guess it was me you heard.
Well, who are you?
I'm Hopalong Cassidy.
And what are you doing out in the Devil's Playground at night?
Well, I might ask you the same thing, Mr.
Oh, yes. Martin, Judge Martin. This is Mr. Roberts, and this is Mr. Wolf.
Howdy.
And this is Shorty, the ever-faithful Shorty. He was very devoted to my daughter until...
Until what?
I'll tell. She was...
No. We must explain to Mr. Cassidy. Perhaps he can help us. She shot herself.
Well, why would she do that?
Well, she wasn't exactly herself lately.
Oh, I see. What does your daughter look like?
Well, she's a brunette. She has blue eyes. She had on a brown divided skirt.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry too much about her, Judge. She's not badly hurt.
You know where she is.
I think I found her.
Hurry, Mr. Cassidy. You must take me to her at once. Boys, saddle up quick. Shorty, you stay here and pack up. We'll come back a little later.
Shorty, get going.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Cassidy. Mr. Roberts, perhaps you'd better go back and warn Shorty to be sure and put out the fire.
Right you are, Judge.
It was early morning when we reached the line shack.
You been asleep?
Never closed an eye all night, not a peep out of her.
That's good.
Perhaps you'd better let me talk with her alone first, my boy.
All right. Where's California?
Still under the wind, I guess. No, there he is out there tending the horses.
Where is she? Where have you hidden her?
Well, isn't she in there?
No.
Where is she, Lucky?
I don't know. I was sure she was there.
Lucky! We've been robbed. The gal's horse is gone. So's a pair of my pants and a shirt I had in the line. Why, when did you get back?
Well, your daughter must have slipped away while these men were asleep.
Gosh, I'm sorry, Hoppy. I don't know when I could have...
Quit play acting, cowpoke.
Come on, tell us where she is.
Hold it, boys. I think they're telling the truth.
I think she's tricking us again, Judge. Why, that sneaking little wildcat. Who does she think she is anyway, double-crossing us like this?
Don't worry about that. She'll pay for it when we catch her.
Go on. What kind of talk is that?
Certainly strange coming from a worried father.
What goes on here, anyway?
I don't know, but we're going to find out after a while. We'll ride in and have a talk with the sheriff.
We'll get ready.
Just a minute. You don't mind if I have a couple of winks sleep, do you? After all, you two had some sleep.
After thinking it over, I decided to notify the nearest sheriff of my findings.
That's 2 blues, Porky.
Well, raise your half a stack.
Sheriff, could I see you a minute?
Don't bother me.
There's your half stack, and I'll raise your stack, son.
I think you're bluffing, Daniel, so I'm just going to call you.
Well, what do you got?
Now, what's on your mind?
I'd like to see you in your private office.
This is private enough for me. Coming in, Daniel?
No, sir, I'm cashing in.
Speak up. What's so important?
I ran into a Judge Morton and a couple of men called Roberts and Wolf and a little fellow...
Judge Morton? What's he doing down here?
What, do you know him?
Sure. He's from Soledad. Old Morton was the judge that sent Curly Evans up for that Soledad bank robbery. You remember that, don't you, Porky?
Yeah.
Never did find the gold that Curly stole.
Maybe they're down here looking for it. Keep quiet, will you?
They say they're looking for a girl, Judge Morton's daughter.
Why, Judge Morton never had no daughter.
You didn't, huh?
No. 8 dollars and a week, Sheriff. Gosh, Johnny, how can a man concentrate with all this chitter-chatter? Just what do you want?
I thought it might be a good idea to bring those men in and question them.
Listen, I ain't a questioning anybody on your say-so. Now get out of here with them crazy ideas and let me finish my game.
Maybe the sheriff's right and we should tend to our own business.
But that fellow said the girl wasn't Morton's daughter, just like you thought.
Yeah, and what about the gold and that, what's his name?
Curly Evans. I remember hearing about him a couple of years ago. He stole some gold and hid it away before they caught him. He never told where.
Is he still in jail?
I don't know, Lucky. There are a lot of things I don't know. For instance, what that little fellow was trying to tell me last night. Hey, I forgot about him. Maybe I can get to him before the judge does. Like we're too late.
Yeah, the judge must have beat us here. Up.
Well, we are too late.
That's a knife stuck in his back.
Yeah, and I saw that knife last night, too.
You did? Well, who's it belong to?
Roberts.
Roberts.
That's what the judge sent him back here for. He was afraid the little fellow's going to tell me something.
And they killed him to keep him from talking.
Yeah, I guess so. The poor little... Hey, what's this?
What you make it out to be, Hoppy?
It's a map of the Devil's Playground.
What do you suppose it's for?
I'm not sure yet. You boys load him on the horse, will you?
Where are we taking him, Hoppy?
To the sheriff as soon as I make a copy of this map. After taking care of Shorty, I set out following the map. You know, this little spot on this map's been bothering me. I wonder...
Oh, Hoppy, forget the map. That girl's in trouble. We've got to help her.
Yeah, I know, but we got to find her first.
That's kind of tall order, ain't it? Not knowing where she's gone.
Maybe. But I've got an idea she's heading for the same little spot, and that's where we're heading.
What if we meet up with a posse that's out looking for the gal?
I don't think they'll be looking where we're going. Well, according to this map, we turn left right here.
Look, Hoppy.
Certainly makes it tough to try to help her, doesn't she?
Let me take her on!
Go ahead! Take it easy, miss. I hope he didn't hurt your arm, miss.
Arm's all right.
We had a message to help you.
Message from whom?
Shorty.
Where is he?
I hate to tell you, miss. Shorty's dead.
Robert stabbed him.
Oh, no.
Well, you might try trusting us.
Can I trust you?
Well, if you don't, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to help you. Now, why don't you tell me what this is all about?
How much do you know already?
Well, I'm not sure of anything. But I suspect you're not Judge Morton's daughter.
No.
And I think you know where Curly Evans hid the Soledad gold.
Yes, that's right.
Why did Morton try to kill you?
Because I have the only map showing where the gold is hidden. And Morton wants the gold for himself.
That's a tough spot for a gal to be in.
Not as bad as it sounds. I had Shorty. He used to guard me in my cradle. Well, he died for me.
Has Morton ever seen that map?
Nobody has except Shorty. When I knew Morton was after it, I told Shorty in case something happened to me.
Yeah, and right now they're in Humpy's pocket.
That's all right, Lucky.
Then you will help me.
We won't leave you until you're safe and sound in the sheriff's hands.
But I don't want to go to the sheriff.
But he's the law here. He's the one to handle this.
That's what I thought about Judge Morton. But I was wrong and Curly was right. That much gold will tempt any man.
Not us.
No, we'll help you bring it out.
No, we won't. That has to be brought out legally. It belongs to the bank in Soledad.
I was a fool to trust you.
What is your connection with Curly Evans?
Figure it out for yourself.
I finally convinced the girl that I was her friend, and we set out to follow the map together. It seemed as though Judge Morton and his men had some ideas of their own.
Come on.
Look. That looks like that girl and them cowboys. They're probably heading for that gold.
I sent California off at an angle as a decoy.
Well, they swallowed the bait.
Somebody must have beat us to it.
Judge Morton.
I don't think so, but I'll investigate. Lucky, you stay here and keep your eyes open.
Curly! Curly, what are you doing?
Stay where you are.
But it's me. How did you get out of jail?
I broke out
Oh, but Curly, why?
because I was tipped off that you were coming here to get the gold.
Of course I was, to get your sentence cut.
Now, what are those men doing with you?
They're here to help us.
Help us.
Please, won't you trust me?
I don't trust anybody. I've taken this gold myself. I'm going to make sure it gets back to its rightful owners.
Curly, Morton and his men will be here any minute.
That's all right with me. I've got plenty of ammunition, and I'll plug the first man that comes near this cave.
I'm going to him. Curly, I'm coming in.
All right, come on. But tell those friends of yours not to try any tricks.
Did he believe we're your friends?
No, he's half dead, hunger and thirst. His lips are bleeding. I've got to get him some water.
Wait a minute. I hate to ask you to do this, but there's only one way we can get him out of there alive. Will you trust me and do as I say?
Poppy, I'll do anything.
Good. Walk into the cave. Stop there. Curly, she has the water, but she's not bringing it in to you. You're coming out after it with your hands up.
There's probably no water in that canteen anyway.
Yes, there is. Show him this. Pour it.
What? Sure glad you pushed it, Hoppy. I've been going around in circles.
Where's Morton and his men?
Well, I fooled them for a while, but they got wise. They headed back on the trail.
Oh, we better get out of here and quick. Give me a hand with this gold.
Sure. Gold? Gold? We got it.
We headed back to the line shack with Curly and the gold. The judge and his men were not long in picking up our trail.
California, you and Lucky get that gold into the shack. Right. That window over there. Get over here. Keep down. All right, Lucky, give him his gun. How many shells you got, Lucky?
About a half dozen.
How about you, California?
Just 3, Hoppy.
I've got 2. Miss, would you see if there's any shells in that closet?
There's none left.
All through, Hoppy.
Well, here goes our last bullet. Morton has gotten that one.
What are we going to do, Hoppy?
Give us that towel over there.
You can't go get the gold.
It's either this or die.
I'd sooner die.
We see your flag. Come out. But remember, we've got you covered.
Give me that cup.
Right, Hoppy.
Hurry up. Get outside with your hands up.
I suppose you understand I can't let any of you live and take chances on being exposed.
Judge, the shack's on fire. Quick! Get the gold out,
Get
quick!
your hands up. Drop that gun. I'm surprised at you losing your head, Judge.
What do you mean?
Forgetting that gold coins don't burn. Next time I won't miss. Get their guns, boys. California, put some water on those blankets.
Hoppy, it's Daniel and the U.S. Marshal.
The sheriff had notified the U.S. Marshal after all.
Well, Morton, I see they finally caught up with you. Curly Evans. So you broke jail, hmm?
Yes, he did, Marshal, but for only one reason. To return that gold he stole from the bank in Soledad.
I see. Well, Curly, you've made one step in the right direction. You'll have to go back to jail, of course, but I have an idea you'll get time off your sentence for trying to return stolen property. All right, boys, let's make a move.
Poppy, I don't know how to ever thank you.
Well, I enjoyed it, and I'm sure California Lucky did too, miss.
And how can I ever thank you?
Well, fact is, miss, there comes a time in every man's life when he gets kind of lonesome. Sort of like a homeless maverick.
Oh, well, you must never feel that way. You'll always have a home with us.
Us?
All ready, Mrs. Evans?
Coming.
Message.
Surprise?
You suspected she was married all the time, didn't you?
No. Well, let's pack up and get back to bar 20. You homeless little maverick.
On his way, down the moonlit trail to where cowboys race. Hop along, Cassidy.
Back already? That was a quick inning. And thank you for tuning in to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Join us next time for another new cereal. Well, not new, but new for my show. Old cereal. So, if you can, go to YouTube under Don's Breakfast Cereal Show or Don O'Malley and hit like and subscribe, and you'll never miss one of my shows. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay safe. Hope to see you next time. Good night, folks.